Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight I'm going to be doing a mukbang. As you guys can see, I am going to be doing, I attempted to do a mukbang on this channel before and it failed miserably. And I am going to try to do another one. But this time I'm going to be talking about the drama that has been going on with BLovesLife and Eat with Q. Somebody requested that I do a breakdown of their drama. And since they're mukbang channels, I'm like, I might as well try to do a mukbang while talking about it and give it a go. I don't know. I'm quite horrible at eating on camera and talking at the same time. So for those of you guys who like my other videos and you don't like to see people eat, you don't like to hear people smack, this is your time to exit the video. I'm going to be doing a mukbang, and doing a mukbang means I'm going to be eating. So since if you don't like that and that's not your type of thing, then exit the video and I'll see you on my next video. Now, if you don't mind a little mukbang, let's get into this tea. Okay. All right, so today, before I get started, I am eating voodoo fries. I don't know how well they pick up on the camera, but I'm eating voodoo fries, the fried Cajun corn. I got the atomic wings. I've never tasted the atomic wings, so I was like, you know what? Let me get 3 of the atomic wings, and then I have Louisiana rub right here. I know in the mukbangs, like, presentation is everything. I don't know if you guys can see it. And, you know, the mukbangers, they have it down packed. Like, it's all displayed all nice. Hey, I ain't a mukbanger, so this is the best display I can get, and hopefully it gets it. So when I see people doing mukbangs, they find something to do, like a thumbnail. And I guess, they do a thumbnail, like, during the video. So I'm like, do I take this and be like, or I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'll pick something as a thumbnail. Like, they always have these creative thumbnails where they're like taking a bite of something or they're like eating something. And okay, I'm failing as a mukbanger, but maybe I'll get a good thumbnail. I don't know. Or try to do like corn, like they have some type of like sexy element sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, so there has been a lot of drama going on in the mukbang community. There is a really big, really popular mukbanger by the name of BLovesLife. And then there is this new up-and-coming mukbanger named Eat with Q. Eat with Q came up very fast in the mukbang community because she modeled everything that BLovesLife did. BLovesLife kind of, you know, took over the black sector of mukbanging and she took it by storm. And I guess within her videos, she like gives a lot of tips and tricks to upcoming mukbangers on what they should do, how they should, you know, do their videos, like little tips of advice. And Eat with Q took all of her advice and she skyrocketed. She took her advice, she copied everything that she did. And this is stuff that she admitted in a mukbang video that they did together. So when I was seeing all this stuff unfold, I'm a person, I don't really watch a lot of mukbang channels, but I'm very familiar with BLovesLife. Like when the fried Cajun corn had just came out, she was one of the first people that I seen her eating it, and it was like, ooh, I want to try that. But I'm allergic to seafood. I don't have a napkin. Hold up, I'll be right back. I gotta have a napkin for this. Okay, so like I found out about the Cajun fried corn from BLovesLife. So I'll peep in on her channel every now and then, like if there's like something practical that I can eat, then I'll watch it. Oh, I could do that as a thumbnail. whatever. And so I watch it. So when this drama came up, I wasn't familiar with Eat with Q. So in order to catch up on the drama, I had to watch the collab video that they did together. I watched Eat with Q's video. I watched the video that BLovesLife and her family put out, and then she did like a final video addressing it once and for good and for all in a video. And so when I watched the collaboration with her and Eat with Q, Q admitted that she copied BLove's formula. She copied her formula. She watched her very closely. She, modeled everything that she did after what BLovesLife did in her videos. And so it's kind of like a situation where, and this is what I gathered after I seen everything, it's where the person who is she idolized BLove, like, she looked up to her, and then she felt like she was at a point where she was popping and she started feeling herself. That's kind of what I take from it, but I'm going to get to that a little bit later. So they do this collab with each other. They do it at BLovesLife house. BLove paid for all of the seafood stuff. And, so they do this mukbang together. And so all while they're doing this mukbang, Eat with Q was like, oh my God, like, you're so dope. The food is so amazing. I like you so much. I look up to you so much. You're this, you're that. Everything is great and wonderful. And, everything is peaches and cream. So fast forward to 6 months later, Eat with Q comes to LA and she does a mukbang with Steph and Tasha, and she does a mukbang with, she kept saying 7 something. I don't know. But I'm familiar with Steph and Tasha because I communicate with them. They are absolutely super dope. If there's any mukbang channel that I would recommend, it would be probably BLovesLife and Steph and Tasha because they're dope. But anyways, so she came and she collabed with Steph and Tasha and some another person that does mukbang. And so when she got back, she decided that she wanted to do a video to expose BLovesLife and expose how she felt like she wasn't treated right, how she realized the difference between how warm and welcoming it was with Steph and Tasha and how not welcoming it was with BLove and her family. And so she does this video, and in the video she's talking about how and normally if I'm eating, I'm not talking. I don't be smacking, I don't be eating with my mouth open, but hey, for the sake of mukbang, I gotta get through it. So anyway, so she comes back and she does a video to compare the differences. She felt like Steph and Tasha were so hospitable. She felt like the other 7 person was so hospitable. And she said that it was like night and day. She talked about how fake she felt like BLoves was. How she kept saying in the first video, because she did 2 videos. In the first video, she kept talking about how it's business. It's business. Like, I came out there, like, I understand that it's business. And she kept, like, saying that it was business, but she kept flipping from saying, and the husband was in the studio, the son was upstairs, they didn't come down and greet her. She talked about how she felt like BLoves is fake. And I'm like, wait, if you felt like she was fake, why was you all on video, like, acting like you loved everything about her? Like, that's fake. Like, if anything, if you had a problem with her, then you shouldn't have been, oh, you're the best thing ever, you're the best person in the world on camera. So you're actually the one that was actually being fake. But she did this video, and she was calling her fake. And she was saying how her son, she watched her son, and she just loved his personality. She talked about how she watched her son, and she just loved his personality. She's been watching him for months, and how when she finally met him and when he finally came downstairs, he wasn't like running to her with open arms and being this big ball of like, I don't know, this big happy family, I guess. And I was looking at it, and I'm like, number one, you know him, he doesn't know you. And this is a conversation that I had with somebody that I met online before. Because I have, of course, like, we live in an internet world where in these day and ages, you meet people online, and it is what it is. So I have met somebody online, and they were familiar with me for several months before I ever knew who they were. And they told me, because, like, we met in person, I'm, like, if I don't really know you like that, like, I'm not really going to be, like, I guess, like, I'm not going to be, like, all that comfortable with you to, like, be, not necessarily not be myself, because I'm going to always be myself, but I'm not going to be that comfortable with you to really, like, you know, just, like, really be so comfortable. I don't know. I don't know you enough to be that comfortable with you to, like, you know, just be, like, all, like, a certain type of way. And so he explained to me that from the moment he met me, he's able to be comfortable with me because for months, he's already built a relation. Like, it's kind of like you build like a one-sided relationship with somebody. So you're in this situation where you're observing this person, you know them, you see them, and you see them for months, and you see them talking, engaging. And, you know, when we're talking to the cameras, like, you know, you're talking to them, so to speak. And so for months, they built a relationship with me that I didn't have reciprocated back to them because I didn't know that they existed. So then when I finally found out that they existed, we met up. It wasn't the same level of comfort. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what happened with her. She has been watching him for so long that she felt like she was a part of the family because that's the image that they, you know, portrayed or whatever. And she felt like it was this welcoming home, you know, vibe. But it's like, you got to understand, you as a YouTuber, you know that YouTube personality versus at-home personality might be not necessarily night and day, because I'm not too much different than what I am on camera. But YouTube personality versus at-home personality, like, when I do YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of, like, you have to project your voice. You can't talk all, you know, quiet. You have to be present. You have to, you know, kind of like get the attention of your audience. So sometimes you might want to amp up your personality just a little bit. And then when you see somebody in person, they might not be that amped up person because they're just in their chill vibe. They're not on the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, this corn is so fire. So I think that she built a relationship with him that wasn't reciprocated because he didn't know her. And that's the same thing like with these celebrities. People like will idolize them and they'll like, oh my God, that's such and such. And then they run into them and then they expect them, like the celebrity, to be like all jumping for joy for them because they done built this relationship that's not reciprocated on the other end. Like, I don't even know that you exist type of thing. And she was mad at that. And so that was like her first video. So she was calling her fake. She was mad that the family didn't welcome her like she felt like they should. And me, I don't know. I guess it's different environments. Like, different people are raised different. Like, when I was living with my mom, if the company's not for me, I'm not coming out. Like, my mom used to do hair for a very long time. And she would do hair out of our home. And that was her business. So it's like, when you're coming to the house to get your hair done, you're coming not as a family household guest. You're coming to do a business transaction with my mother, and she's doing your hair. And if I happen to walk in the kitchen or if I happen to come across you, then yeah, I'll say hi and I'll greet you. But I never went out of my way to, like, every hair customer my mom had, make it a point to come out and say hi or, you know, anything like that. Like, if I come out and we cross paths, then yes, I will say hi. But you came to do a business transaction with my mother. You're not a regular household family guest. Now, if we have family from out of town that flies in and comes to the house, and, you know, like we have like family in Arizona, and they'll come, like when they come to the house, of course, I'm going to come out my room, I'm going to greet them, we're going to talk, you know, that's family. But when it's a business transaction, like when my mom used to do hair, I'm not going to come out the room to greet every person that she does a business transaction with. And what Q has to realize, doing YouTube videos, that's business. That's a business transaction. And you kept saying in your video that it's business. So when you're doing a business transaction, they're not contracted business-wise to meet you. If you meet them in crossing, yes, that's a bonus. But she was having a lot of unrealistic expectations to me that was kind of ridiculous. And it was definitely ridiculous that she never took the time to address these expectations with BLove. Like, if you come and you visit somebody and you feel like the vibe is not right, the energy isn't right, the first thing that you should be doing is letting that person know, like, hey, you know, letting them know what you felt uneasy about. And from what I get from it, she never expressed to BLove what her issue, that she even had an issue, and she even accepted money from BLove without her ever knowing that they had an issue. This one is kind of dry. I'm a person, I don't know if I clean the bone good enough. I don't know if I clean the bone good enough. But yeah, so she had this big issue with her that BLove wasn't even aware that she had the issue. So those are some of the things that she addressed on video 1. It tastes kind of syrupy, but okay, so those were the issues that she addressed on video 1. On video 2, she brung her sister along. So on video 2, she brung her sister along, and her sister and her went further into depth on how they felt about the situation. So her sister and her, they start off the video by talking about how they went to drive to do this collab with her. I think that they were staying in a hotel. While they were in the town, they felt like a lot of people was staring at them. They felt like a lot of people was looking at them crazy. A lot of people was staring at them. They didn't understand, like, you know, like what the deal was. They went to a store, and when they went to the store, people were steadily still staring at them. So then they went to BLove's house, and then when they went to BLove's house, once they got there, they were like, you know, like telling her, like, hey, did you notice that, you know, like, or, you know, like, you know, people looking at us funny? Do you experience that? Do you experience people, like, you know, treating you a certain type of way? Like, how do you feel about this or that? And BLove was like, I don't, you know, I don't have people looking at me funny. I don't find anything strange. Like, when I go out, like, you know, I don't have the same experience that you're having. So they were mad that she never experienced the same thing that they experienced, And that was one of their gripes with her. Like, at least you can relate to me on how our experience was, blase, blase, blase. But it's like, if she never experienced that, how can you get mad? Because her perception, if people are looking at her, you guys are perceiving somebody to look at you to mean, oh, like, we got, because they said in their video, they were like, you know, they were looking at us like we got shit on us or something. Her perception, when people look at her, she might think, oh, they're looking at me because they think I'm pretty. It's all up to your perception. Me, I've even had times, and I'll admit this, I've even had times to where, like, I'll go out, dead ass. Like, this just happened the other day. I got out the car, and there was this car, and he was just like, he seen me pull in, he seen, like, inside my car, and so, like, he kept, like, looking at me. And so I'm just like, what the fuck is this motherfucker looking at? Like, why the heck do he keep looking at me? You know, because he just was, like, staring, like, watching my every move or whatever. And so I get out the car, and, like, he slows up his car, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, and never in my mind did it cross, like, was at first, like, before he said anything to me, I wasn't thinking, like, the way that he was looking at me was in a way of which, like, a flirtatious way. He just was kind of, like, staring or whatever. And so when I get out the car, he slows up his car, and he's like, hey, beautiful, like, oh, my God, like, I think you're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, in my mind, I was thinking, like, what the, like, why the heck are you just looking at me? But in his mind, he was looking at somebody that he thought was pretty, and, you know, he was actually staring. So BLove's perception of a situation could have been, hey, when certain people look at me, they're looking at me like maybe they know me from my YouTube channel, I'm recognizable, or they could be looking at me because, like, there's a number of reasons that could be going through her head. So her perception and her reality might not be your own. So you can't fault her for not having the same relatability. Number one, she's more well-known. She lives in a town, so the people in the town are probably familiar with her. They probably see her all the time, so seeing her probably is no big thing. Like, where I live, it is a lot of black people out here. There's a lot of black people out here, and so if a person comes that doesn't live where I live in my area and they are also black, and they tell me, hey, I went to the store and people was just looking at me crazy, I'll be like, really? Because I don't have that experience. There's a lot of people who look like me, a lot of black people in the area. So if somebody comes in my area, I'm not going to have that same experience with them because I don't experience that. Like, when I see, like, I'm just another black person walking around, you know? But if it was a white person who came, it's white people out here also, and you know, if they would have said it, maybe, because it is a large amount of minorities out here, and if they told me that, I'll probably be like, oh, dang, but I don't have that same situation, so I probably wouldn't all the way be able to relate either.
However, in her defense, because I will add this, in her defense, on the flip of that, if you go into a racist town, it can be a bit of a culture shock. So I'm going to give you guys an example. I went to Oklahoma for the very first time. I had never been there ever. And when I went there, it was a complete culture shock. I went into this like restaurant, and it felt like, you know, I walked into like a whites only diner. So I'm in some town in Oklahoma.
One thing you'll learn about Oklahoma, people are dirty and sweaty and musty, and they stink out here. It's not like, this is like a country ass place. Listen, like, another thing, you're gonna feel comfortable, you gonna look like nobody out here. This is all white people and Indians, and they're gonna look at you like funny, like you're not from here, because we're not. Like, that's what they do. Everybody's gonna look and stop and stare at you. Everybody. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I didn't feel comfortable in there at all.
You're gonna have a bad experience in Oklahoma, because that's just the whole state.
It's pretty scary because this town, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's not many black people here. Like, we went to this other city out here, and I seen like a lot of black people, but this one, I don't know, man. I don't know if people are just like racist or they just not used to seeing black people around these parts, but it was a little weird. So in her defense, I can say that I have had an experience that I felt like an outcast in a town. So I can relate to her in that way, but that's because I had that experience. My friend who also was talking to me and saying that, you know, he was explaining it, he's also from California, so he knows, and he, I'm sure, had the same culture shock as me. But just because we both came from a place where we entered into a place and it was different, I still can't say that BLoves would automatically have that same reaction if that's a place that she's from all her life type of thing, or some place that she's been living and she didn't experience it.
So everybody's not going to have the same perception that you have. It's just, you know, do we live in times that we have relatable things that happen? You know, like I might have the same struggles as another black woman, and another black woman can probably relate to me in a lot of ways. But then there are a lot of things like perception-wise where we can perceive things differently. And I think that's one of those situations. So she had a problem because they didn't have the same perception as her. And that was like one of the main gripes that she was mad at. And I was just looking like, bro, what?
And although, like I said, I understand because I went into a town like that, the way she went about it and her being mad at her for not being able to relate, I felt like that was pretty like bogus. Like I would not have expected, you know, or been mad if my friend was like, oh, you know, like, I don't see that, because I would have been like, well, I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have been mad at him for not being able to relate. And she was really, like, mad that she didn't relate to that. And, you know, everybody's perception, like I said, is different.
So this corn is so bomb. It is so bomb. Dip it in the ranch. I'm not eating as many of my fries because they're clearly not hot anymore. They're still good, but they're not really hot. So they're kind of like soggy. They're still good, but soggy. Okay, so watching her video, their video, like watching all of the videos, I came to the conclusion that it was a situation where she felt like she can outdo her, and she starts smelling herself, and she felt like she can shit on her, and she no longer needed her. Like, I got this down pat. I no longer need you. Now I'm going to shit on you because this is what I really think of you anyways. And I think from the beginning, you know how you'll see somebody do something and you're like, oh, you know, I see them doing it, but I know a way that I can do it better. And you think that you can do something better than somebody else. I think that she took her model, she's seen her doing it, and she started feeling a way because her numbers started growing. She started getting high views, and she started feeling like she can do it better. She felt like she was better, and she felt like she can shit on her. And I don't think that she was honestly thinking about the backlash. I honestly don't even think that she thought that she would get as much backlash as she did. And I don't think that she realized that her character would be exposed as much as it was. I'm sorry I'm not eating at this point, but, you know, I just kind of want to get it out because it kind of distracts me in what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so I think that she just kind of, you know, she was feeling herself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got numbers. Like, even in her video, she had made one comment where she was like, I'm popping now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me 6 months for my channel to, like, get popping, blah, 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 blah. Like, she popping. She feel like she popping and she on. And I feel like she's at a point where she feels like she no longer needs her help. So she's like, fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I got from it. She felt like fuck her, and she did a video where she felt like she wanted to shit on her. And her perception was altered. There was a lot of delusion in what she said. I've seen a couple of the mukbang channels kind of cover it, and a lot of them, which, I mean, it's wise on their part not to get in the middle of it and not to take sides. Me, I'm on the side of right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. At the end of the day, if she had a problem with BLove, she should have addressed BLove. And if she addressed BLove and she felt like it was not resolved, then yeah, make a video and vent however you want to vent. But as a woman, she let you in her home where you were fake as fuck the whole time. You should have addressed her. And a lot of people in the mukbang community, they you know, like, oh, I don't want to pick sides. I don't want to say who's wrong. I ain't in the mukbang community. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And I feel like Q was wrong. I feel like, again, if she had a problem with her, she should have addressed her. And the things that she had a problem with were like some of the most like pettiest things ever. She got a problem because the husband is in the studio and she's with BLove. The person, like the stuff that she had a problem with was so petty that it was just like, girl, like, why make, like, I don't know. I just don't get it. You know, and there's going to be people, and I just want to give, like, if she looks at this video, there are people in life, and the reason why she said that she did it was because she gelled more and she meshed and she felt more warm and welcoming with Steph and Tasha than she did with BLovesLife. In life, period, there are going to be people who you mesh with more than others. I have family members who we all grew up in the same environment. We grew up around the same ghetto, ratchet surroundings, and we all took different paths in life. And some of us mesh, or some of us are, you know, closer than others, and some of us mesh well, like more well together than others. And we are all, you know, coming up from the same environment. Age differences, all of those stuff comes into play. If you watch BLove's channel, you can see her do mukbangs with different people, and you can look at the energy, like the chemistry that she had when she did a bunch of Atlanta collabs. The chemistry that she had with Shakana is not the same chemistry that she had with what's her name? Lovely Mimi, the one who was on Love and Hip Hop. Everybody's chemistry, everybody's balance is gonna be different. So yes, if you went with Steph and Tasha, they're dope. Like I can, like, just from watching their videos, I can tell that they're really dope people. But it's like the chemistry that you have with them, you can't expect to have that same chemistry with everybody. I'll give you guys an example. So there's somebody who you guys know of that's very popular. And I'll use her as an example to kind of like get my point across on what I'm trying to say. I try to sometimes, like, you know, use examples to kind of make a point. So a lot of you guys are familiar with Joy. Joy Chavez is Future's baby mama. She's also Bow Wow's baby mama. I met her back in, I want to say, 08, 09. We met, like, I happened to end up hanging around Youngberg a lot. Like, I was hanging around Youngberg, like, a whole lot. And at the time, she was dating Youngberg. I met her first. And we were cool. Like, when we cool, we hang out, we got along. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would communicate on Twitter. And when I see her, like, you know, we would vibe, we would chill, we would have a good time. But we weren't, like, bestie close type of friends. Like, we'll work on sets, we'll do like music videos together, you know, we're cool. I had a friend named Bree. I invited her to Youngberg's party one time. So it's one time we're like out, we're hanging out, and Bree comes with me. She's my friend. She comes and she meets Joy. Bree and Joy had more in common than Joy and I did. So Bree and Joy became a lot closer than Joy and I was because they had more common interests. You know what I'm saying? Like, like my personality, you know what I'm saying? It's just like your personality is not going to be a perfect match with everybody. You get what I'm saying? And so I just use that as an example. Like there'll be people who like you're cool with, or you know them first, and you know what I'm saying, then somebody else will meet them and then they actually click. It's because everybody doesn't have the same chemistry. Like different people relate to different things. So to go in a situation thinking, number one, that they're going to be the same as the next person was false. Going into the situation thinking that I see them on TV or I see them on YouTube, and like she kept saying like, this is my family, but then in the next sentence she would say it's business. Number one, it's not your family. That's their family. They're comfortable with each other. Their family. They go on camera. They do collabs. They have this vibrant personality on camera, but that's their family. They're not your family. So when you go into a home, it's not your family. You have to get acclimated to the surroundings. People have to warm up to you, whether they are a child or not. She kept saying in her video, a child may have to warm up to you, but not a grown man. Baby, let me tell you, when I got friends that I'm friends with right now, and I haven't been around, like I've been around them, but I haven't been around certain family members of theirs. And when I meet their family members for the first time, I have to warm up to them just like they have to be warmed up to me, because we're adults. You have to warm up to people, no matter if you're young or old. So I think that she went into it with a lot of misconceptions, a lot of false realities. She felt like because she sees them on camera and bright and bubbly, that they were going to be bright and bubbly, and just like she was going to be like a sixth family. I don't know how many people with the BLove, her husband, her son. She thought she was going to be the fifth family member. And it's like, that's not reality, bro. Like, go. If you vibe, you vibe. If you don't, you don't. You're not going to vibe with everybody. I think that it was petty. And I think at the end of the day, the only reason why she decided to totally shit on her is because she felt like, I've used up enough of your information and I feel like I can do it better than you. I've seen that with, YouTubers in this sector, where one YouTuber is bigger, the other YouTuber is smaller. They want to get up under the bigger YouTuber's wings. But as soon as they feel like they can do it better, they then shit on that person, because they feel like, oh, I don't need you no more. Like, I don't need you. Like, I could shit on you. And I think that's kind of what it was. She used BLove's formula. She got to a point in the mukbang community to where her numbers was high. She's hitting these high numbers. She's doing well without doing collabs. And she's, holding her own. She starts smelling herself. And she felt like she can shit on her. And that's just what it is, point blank and simple. A lot of people were like, felt like it was jealousy. I don't even know that it's jealousy. I think that it's just she felt like she was better. Like, bitch, I'm better than you. Like, I got numbers too. Like, I'm gonna be where you at soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's more or less what it was than anything. And she got a harsh, rude awakening when people was like, wait, pump your brakes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not what you think you are. And you were phony the whole time. Because lo and behold, are you saying this is how you felt, but you was all kissing ass on video. If you felt like that from the get-go, if I feel like you got weird vibes and I don't really fuck with you like that, like I don't like how you came at me, I'm gonna address you. Like, I don't like how you came at me, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I would even make a joke. Like, if she don't wanna, like, cause you could even, like, you could let somebody know that you feel some type of way. You can even say it in a joking manner, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, y'all had me messed up when y'all did this or that or whatever, but throughout the whole video, for her to be like kissing ass, saying like BLove was the best thing ever, it in turn showed her character, and it showed that she was actually fake. So, and that's pretty much to sum it up. I really don't have much to say. People wanted me to break it down. I think it was the idols, when your idols become your rivals type of thing. She felt like she could do better, and she felt like it was the perfect time to shit on her, and she did. And that's just that. Now I'm going to take, ooh, I'm already coughing. without even, I'm rolling this in the sauce. Oh my God. Okay. So this is the atomic wing. Enough of their drama for a second. Ooh, I don't even know if I have enough. I don't even have enough juice if this is hot. So this is the atomic wing. This is the hottest wing at Wild Wings. It has like the peppers on there. I've never tasted this. Whew, it even smells hot. Okay, I'm about to try this for the first time for y'all. Hopefully it's not too hot. I like hot stuff though. All right. Okay. It's not that hot. I'm thinking my mouth about to be burning. I'm thinking my mouth about to be on fire. This is the atomic. It's not even that hot. It's hot, but it's not like, ooh. It's not hot like that. It's actually good. I like it. Maybe the ranch is making it less hot. But I actually like the atomic. That's good. This might be hot for people who don't like hot food. I like hot food. So, but I never got this one because I always thought that it would be too hot. Like, I always thought that this would be like way too hot for me to take type hot. Because they have it listed as if it's the hottest thing ever. And it's not hot like that. Is it hot? Yes, but is it like the hot, like I can't bear it, like I gotta suck down my drink? No. I'm going in for the second one. I like to stick my tongue out a lot. I don't do that on my videos, but I like to playfully like stick my tongue out a lot. I used to do it all the time in my photos on Instagram. That's good. Maybe I'm taking away from the hotness with the ranch. But if something is really hot, like super duper hot, not even ranch can like take it away. You know what I'm saying? And that's how hot I thought this was gonna be. Ranch just make everything taste fire. Now I want to do the show hot ones. I feel like I'm down. Now I feel like I could be a candidate on hot ones. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the BLove Eat with Q situation? I don't know who what you guys think about it. It's crazy because my mouth is not burning, but I feel like I'm starting to sweat. Like my body temperature is getting hot, but my mouth is not hot. How'd that work? That's crazy. I know this is probably another failed mukbang. I don't do mukbangs very well. But what do y'all think about the drama? Do you think that she was wrong? Do you think that she was right? Because Although I feel like she was wrong, that's her reality. So can I really take away her perception? Not really. All I can say is it seemed petty to me. I feel like it was bogus, and that's my opinion. But I can't really take away her perception because that's how she perceived it. So I don't know. My opinion, she was bogus. But what's your opinion? I'm still eating this corn. My lips are starting to get hot though. My lips are starting to get hot. But my mouth is not hot. My lips around here is hot. But my mouth, like to where like I would need a drink and I would have to drink something, is not hot. That's crazy. But and I actually like this atomic sauce. Like it tastes good. I like the way the atomic sauce tastes. It's fine. All right, y'all, that's all for this video. I'm just eating more food. Y'all, let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all, that's all for this video. I did not prepare with enough napkins, so I gotta go get me some more napkins. How do y'all think I did with this mukbang? And what do y'all think? Do y'all think I should do more mukbangs on my channel? Let me know your thoughts down below, and let me know your thoughts on Q and BLove down below. I'm about to go get me a napkin, and I'm about to go wipe my mouth because it's hot right here. Like up in here, it's hot on my lip, but my mouth is not hot. Like that's crazy. Like normally when you eat hot stuff, like you gotta drink something, like you gotta drink like a milk or drink like water or drink something because your mouth is hot. My mouth is not hot. My lip is hot. That's crazy. But all right, guys. Let me know what y'all think down below. Peace. Whew, oh, hell no. So, I just took a bite of the last one without any ranch. Whew, that shit hot. I didn't think the ranch would make that big of a difference. I'm thinking like, if it's hot, it's hot. Boy, I just took a bite. Whew. Let me go get some more drink.